Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're talking lumens, flashlights, backpacking light sources, whether that's headlamp, pocket flashlights, backpack flashlights, or other. This is not going to include shop lights because I do have some like shop lanterns, work lights that I will talk about maybe in a different video, and some of which you've seen in my toolkit, which I can actually link or put a card up in the corner for you on. So you can check that toolkit out if you wanted to. But these are ones that I will take backpacking, I'll take traveling, car camping, or everyday carry. First, let's do like more traditional pocket carry stuff, flashlights, stuff like that. So these ones, flashlight. These ones are more traditional flashlights, right? So this is what you might think of as flashlight. This one's a little bit more classic. Flashlight, another kind of traditional looking. These are smaller, a little bit more specialized. But I've carried all of these in my pocket. Not at one time, of course, but just in general. So this is kind of the classic mag light. This one I did end up, actually I took the batteries out of this one I think, but I did end up replacing the light on this to be an LED light. It's got an aluminum body, which you can tell is fairly easily scratched. This one happens to be from Hawaii, but I did replace this. It doesn't have that much power. It's a pretty weak light, but it did do its, serve its purpose. Classic all metal frame here, all metal body, hard plastic casing. I mean, these things have been used by police officers for a long time. The larger ones are basically batons. So it definitely works, but for the size, for the weight, these flashlights all are brighter than this one. So I typically don't carry this one anymore. It's more of a work light for me, or kind of a car, keep it in the car kind of flashlight, because it is durable, but it's not that bright. I'll kind of set that one over here. This one I actually ended up getting as a pack of 2 on Amazon. There's no real brand name. These go under a million different names, but you can adjust it pretty well. It's super bright. Again, all metal, single LED. This one actually uses 18650s, I believe. Yeah, so this is a rechargeable 18650 that I use. I also got these from Amazon. Fits into this sleeve to help prevent rattle. You don't need the sleeve, but it's nice. This is a very, very simple flashlight. Big click button. It's got a shelf here to kind of prevent accidental clicks. So it needs to be a little bit more purposeful. You half click for different modes. Brightnesses, all of that. This I pretty much dedicate solely to a garage / shop light as well. It's heavy. I have carried it in the pocket, but it doesn't carry all that well. It does have this like bevel on the end. I think they call it a glass break bevel, but it's aluminum. I'm not super sure how well that would work. And it does, as you can see, kind of create and adjust the spill and all that. But it's not a bad flashlight. For the price, it's wonderful. I've had it for years, never had an issue. This one's actually customized. My father gave it to me for my birthday, but so it's got my name on the other side, so I won't necessarily flip this over to show you all the deets. But this one's been great. It is a really, really good size for everyday carry. It's got a really great pocket clip, but it also clips on a hood or a hat. I mean, like a brim of a hat. You can use this as a headlamp, which is awesome. Typically, I will carry this by putting the pocket clip over the button. I have accidentally pushed this before, and it went on in my pocket, and it hurts. It gets real hot, real warm, real fast. This too takes an 18650 battery, one of those rechargeable ones, but it's a much smaller form factor. So this is actually the S2 baton from Olight. So if you can see, these take the exact same batteries. This one's brighter, lighter, and all metal as well. So obviously it's going to be way more expensive. But typically I would use this. So this one's just a simple click on and then click off. But to change, use click and hold. It changes brightnesses. This one I think goes up to like, I don't know, almost 1,000 lumen, maybe 950 lumens on burst. But I typically will not use burst because I don't need it. But the S2 baton has been really, really good. I've used this a ton. You can see quite a bit of wear and tear on it. This was my everyday carry flashlight for years. It's got a magnetic butt cap, so you can use it to, if you're working on your car and you need to pop it to the hood to see something. A battery lasts for a long time, really durable. I've dropped this thing way too many times. It's a really good form factor, good in the hand, good to carry, good for your hat. It's just an all-around great little flashlight. These are more what I would call pocket carry or more pocket-friendly flashlights. So this one you probably all know. I had this in my EDC video, which I can link. This one's a rechargeable, USB-C rechargeable light. It used to have a little cover, but it broke off. Rovivon is the one that made this style of flashlight really popular. So I'll put links in the bottom for those. Got a little cap or a little clip on here. I don't typically use this for pocket clip carry more than I do like hat brim carry. It too is magnetic, which I look for. I really like magnetic capability. This one's a super simple flashlight, but I've kept this one in my pocket. This is my more current everyday carry flashlight. Very bright, very light, and has a lot of different light options. This one is all brass from Meritac. You can kind of see that. Very, very heavy little light. It's also that 90-degree light. I don't think this one even works anymore. Let's see. Oh, no, there's no battery in that one. I stopped carrying this primarily because the battery kind of exploded inside. And I have not gone through and properly cleaned this thing out. I used to use traditional AAA battery in there, and it corroded and got all nasty, and I have not cleaned it out. This one is bright, but it's not terribly bright, and that 90-degree here kind of messes things up. You could put this on a hat and face it straight down, but that's not all that useful. You'd have to somehow try and maybe clip it to your shirt sideways and use it like that. I know that search and rescue and like firefighters have these 90-degree lights, but for an everyday flashlight, I don't know. I don't really see it to be all that useful. I mean, you can see all that corrosion in there. That is not good. I need to get this officially cleaned out, see if I can get this working again. But you can tell this one has really cool patina on it. I used to carry this one quite a bit, even though it's not my favorite. It just feels super solid. It's copper, not brass. If I said brass, that's not right. But it's really nice. Just a little, I don't know, not the best of form factors in my opinion. The look is so cool though. This one is just a simple 511 EDC. It's a single AAA flashlight. Click on, click off, super easy. Got a little pocket clip on it. You know, nothing too special. It's not all that bright. I think it's like 150 lumens, but for the price, you can't go wrong. I mean, this is as simple as it gets. Sometimes, like with this guy, as much as I like this, there's a lot of form or function on this. All these other ones have like 9 different settings. This one, you click on and you click off. Sometimes that is just the best way to go. Single AAA flashlight. I've just got a single AAA in there. Nice pocket clip. I think it's water resistant, maybe not waterproof, but it's been good. This is typically the one I pick as a backup flashlight. I can toss it into a backpack or something like that as a backup light, just because it's so simple, super lightweight, great form factor. If they could somehow get this form factor with this functionality, I think that would be a pretty ultimate everyday carry light. And of course, this one you've definitely seen before. This is the Tip 2. Again, another one that's kind of a unique form factor, but has proven itself very worthy. You've got all the modes. Oh, looks like I killed this one. Oh, there it goes. You've got all the modes like you normally would. So this is actually on. You just can't really see it because it's like a candle mode. But also has the brim clip, so you can put this. I've actually used this solely as a headlamp before. It's worked out great. Definitely for camping, backpacking, all of that. Again, magnet base with the charging port. So kind of hits all the form factor I like, and the flat, like rectangular shape of this is really nice. So moving on, more of like headlamp style. These are more going to be for more backpacking stuff. I have carried these as my sole EDC flashlights, just tossed them into a fanny pack or something, but they're not great for that. There's one of them I think might do that because it's really small and lightweight, rechargeable, all that. But for the most part, I typically dedicate these to backpacking or just travel because they're super lightweight. I have two. Oh, so I have three of these kind of standard headlamps. So this was my first. This is just an Energizer one. It takes three AAA batteries. You've got all the lights features you could think of. I think it does have a red light too. Let me see. No, it just dims. Maybe it does have a red light. I just don't remember how to turn this one on. But this has been good. I've had this one for many years. The elastic is stretched out and well used, but again, there was nothing wrong and I needed a budget light and this one worked great. Not all that lightweight, not all that compact, but you can't really argue. It was a simple buy. The second one that I bought was, I had two of these. This one's actually my wife. The one that I had, I got rid of. But this is the Black Diamond. I think it's the Spot 2 or something like that. It has kind of the flood, spotlight, all touch, side touch. So that's everything. And I think if you, I don't remember now actually. It's got a red light as well. I don't remember all the functions for that, but it does have a red light. This one's great. We use this a lot. The only thing I didn't like about these was they're not rechargeable. And I'm going more and more to rechargeable as the battery technology becomes better. As you can see, there's 3 AAAs in there. And carrying a whole bunch of extra AAAs, especially if you plan on using this for a while, whether it's a night hike or if the place you're going doesn't have any lights and you want to hang this up on the wall or something, you'll run out of those in a few hours. And to carry that many lights is just ridiculous. So I've kind of gone to a little bit more of smaller form factor with this little itty bitty one. This one is so compact, it's so lightweight and rechargeable, lithium ion recharge, micro USB charger. Believe it or not, I got this one at Lowe's. They had it for like $18. I replaced the traditional strap with this little bungee and the line lock thing. And this is so lightweight and it's super bright. It's simple to use. You've got a button for power and a button for mode. You got a red light, high, medium, low, green, and red. And then flash as well. It's just so simple, super easy, ultra lightweight, and completely rechargeable with your little indications there. I do have another headlamp, but it's not traditional. And I did show this one also in my toolkit. But that's this. So it's a little bulkier, but it's also rechargeable. Huge LED. I mean, this thing is just, you want to light up a workspace, let me tell you. I have used this camping as well. A little bit more to manage, but I'll be honest, I mean, if you're car camping, this one's so easy. It's so good. I've used this for, working in the shop, under a car, in a, attic, whatever. I use this all the time. Not a backpacking necessarily, but a headlamp and a compact. It's way lighter than it might look. It is totally rechargeable, USB-C recharge. So this one's great. Also from Lowe's, Cobalt. And the last one is it's a light source, but it's a little non-traditional. However, I would bring this, through for backpacking. This one, however, does take a power source. So this is actually Ridge Light from Haven Tent. I actually found this through Outdoor Gear Review, Luke at Outdoor Gear Review. It's it's like a silicone covered LED strip. So it seems like a lot to carry, but man, I'll tell you what, this thing puts off so much light. It's so easy, so simple. I haven't used this too much in an outdoor application, but I trust Luke's opinion, and he said it is an amazing light. So I haven't really put it through its paces on my end, but I know Luke does a great job. I have used this just for some simple car camping, but nothing too crazy. But it is super lightweight, super compact, and if you are going to be doing, more travel, world travel, stuff like that, and let's say you go to an Airbnb or an hostel where they have bunk beds and you just need to light up your area, this thing is phenomenal. All you do is you plug one side into a power bank here, and you use the button, turn it on, and it's such a nice glow. It's actually touch here. And then the bag itself, what you can do is if you shove all of this in there, no rhyme or reason, all these loose strings are annoying, but that's not really an indication of the light quality. But what you can do is you can actually shove all of this in here with the battery pack and turn this on and make it into a little lantern, which I think is brilliant. It's such an easy way. I mean, it's such a good use of storage. These are a little pricey, but they're worth the cost if you can get one. They're back ordered now. I think I was last of the recent batch, but it's really, really nice. It's probably my favorite string light style. I've got a couple of the standard wire ones for decoration and all that we've used for car camping in the past, but this is phenomenal. I mean, that's pretty much it. Those are my everyday slash travel lights. Some of them pretty common, some of them not so common. It's really up to finding how you use your tools. If you're more of a hands-free light person, you work a lot under a car or in an attic, or you're a craftsman and you need your hands, maybe a headlamp like this is worth it. It's not all that much bigger, if at all, than a traditional pocket light. You can easily toss this in your pocket and not know it. If you like super compact, more of the traditional style flashlights, you can go something like this. If you like to really feel your flashlight and you like the weight and you like extra power, you can get away with a little bit bigger ones. But if you're a traditionalist, maybe you pair this with a buck 110 pocket knife, because classic American EDC type. You can go something like this mag light. I would suggest you replace this with an LED. The old bulbs are horrible, especially from today's standards. They'll probably last fine, but they're not bright at all. Probably 15 lumens at best. The LEDs aren't that much better, but they are definitely better than the old bulbs, but they don't even compare for light output to any of these other ones on the table. They're just not a standard that you would really use these days. But let's be honest, neither is the buck 110. It's got cool factor, but that's about it. It isn't the same. Different times. But yeah, I've gotten rid of a lot of flashlights. Flashlights have come and gone, but this is where I stand today. Everyday carry flashlight, primary, go-to headlamp, area lighting, kind of lantern. These are my 3 top picks for lighting sources in terms of travel and stuff. And then of course workplace light, because if I have the space or the weight, I can use this. But again, I use all of these, so just sometimes it works better than others. Thank you again for joining me. If you like this type of content, backpacking tools, travel, bags, multi-tools, knives, all the things under the sun. Subscribe, and I like to post a couple times a week if I can. Let me know what you think. If there's a better one, or I forgot to mention a cool feature of any of these, or you have experience or bad experience, good experience with any of these, let me know in the comments. I love to discuss this stuff with you. Not only do I collect it, but I'm also just a huge nerd when it comes to this. So I like to know you guys' experience, what you carry every day. Do you like big flashlights, small flashlights? Does anybody else carry a headlamp every day? Um, I'm just curious, just let me know. I'm so happy to chat with all of you in the comments. So yeah, talk to you next time.